The Poker Dome Challenge is brought to you by MansionPoker.com. Welcome to the game. We are missing a player, and with good reason. A showdown between Lumsden and Al Croco. Pocket Aces prevailed. Croco the first to be eliminated. And let's join now Nafisa.
Thank you, Joel. Al, you had a king 4. Luckily, got another king on the flop, but how surprised were you to see pocket aces?
Pretty surprised, pretty disappointed, to say the least.
Now, how much of a factor was the speed for you?
Actually, live play is relatively new to me, so speed live was that much more a stressor, I guess. So I'm ready to regroup and hit the Hold'em horse again.
Right. Well, we enjoyed having you here at the Poker Dome. And
I had a lovely time. It was great. They treated me first class all the way.
Well, good.
I had a better time unless I was carrying the big check. So.
Well, maybe next time. Joel, back to you.
It might be early, but it's a dominating performance so far, and especially when you look at the chip count. Michael for Greg Lumsden.
Well, he's already doubled his original stake of $50,000, and he has almost twice as much as his nearest competitor, Joyce Seward and Greg Britton. You know, Al Croco talked about the additional stress of being in there. We saw Greg Lumsden's heart rate spike up to 175 beats a minute.
Call. 6,000.
2,000.
Call. Sorry, call. 2,000.
I'm glad I'm not the only one playing.
Britton gone. The ace 4.
Check. 4 checks.
Kersman with the boss hand, the kings, hoping his opponents catch up enough and bet into him. And Smith has made top pair, but he's still trailing. Now Kersman could just smooth call here, but with a multiplayer pot, he probably wants to raise.
I'm going to run about a pair draw, so I'm going to fold.
Showdown now between Smith and Kersman.
We're heads up.
26,000 in the pot.
Oh, another trip
for Smith.
All in.
Now, Kersman really needs to take a moment here. I think a timeout would be well used. He's got to understand what hands would Smith wanted to have stayed in there with. One of them's a flush draw, but the other one is top pair with a 10, and a 10 came on the turn. Good fold there.
Yes. On the other side, though, had Smith checked and induced Kersman into a bet. It could have been real interesting.
Excellent point.
Now, Tony Smith, a guy, we didn't see him spike that high, but he's already had open heart surgery. So hopefully it won't spike for Tony Smith. And a new addition to his family has really inspired him.
I have a new granddaughter. Her name's Madeline Nicole. She's special. She's my little angel. She's the first girl in our whole family. I get to see her every day, and she's my inspiration. She's going to probably be spoiled rotten, especially if I win this tournament. She's going to be well taken care of.
The pressure stays on these players, as it has in the early goings of the Dome. Tony Smith's ambitions of being an ER nurse might be realized a little bit earlier than he imagined.
Good pickup with the trip 10s, but still, it is Lumsden with a commanding lead early.
C6 folds.
Got the goods?
C1
I don't.
folds, C2 folds.
Call.
C3 folds.
This is a blind versus blind battle here.
That's a 5.
Whoa.
Raise 4,000 more.
Pumping a little bit. Didn't have to.
6,000 total.
Call.
C4 calls 6,000. Heads up.
Now, ace-4, ace-5 ties an awful lot of the time. But Kersman has a big advantage. The position, he gets to act last.
C4 checks.
Nobody hit anything on the flop. Kersman's going to bet. And I think it's going to work.
Fold.
C4
does.
folds.
Yeah, strong play. Assertive by Kersman. So the hotel manager, Dean Kersman, who got into poker because the man who owns his hotel that he manages told him about it. He got online, and here he is in Las Vegas with a chance for $25,000 tonight.
Lucky break, his boss doesn't play cribbage.
C1 raised the amount.
Okay for that matter.
7,000.
Joel, this could be a classic matchup. Ace-King versus Queens. It's one of those almost impossible to get away from confrontations.
Yeah, the leadoff spot, the first two spots as well.
24,000. C2 bets 24,000.
Fold.
Good idea.
C4 fold.
Let them have it.
Fold.
C5 fold.
I expect to see two all-in players here, Joel.
Britton has not been involved over the last few hands at all, and he was the most active early.
And he asked for a time extension.
He's got it. 30 seconds, don't forget.
Now remember, Joel, Lumsden has Britton covered. So if Britton decides to go with his hand, his tournament life is at risk. Lumsden is committing a lot of chips, but he cannot be eliminated on this
Did you see
hand.
my hand? No. I'll raise you if I saw it anyway. If I didn't see it, I'm still going to raise. Well, there's one way to win this thing, and it's with chips. All in.
All in for 44,000.
I
You called it.
And Lumsden says, I call. We've got that matchup. Queens versus Ace-King.
Will the ladies prevail, though?
Well, Britton is actually a larger lead than normally Queens versus Ace-King because Smith already folded a king. But there's the ace.
early.
Oh, and there's the queen.
Queens. Do you believe this?
No, that's it, man. Thanks, brother.
Nope. Britton is going to double through, and he will be our new chip leader.
So a huge one for Reg Britton. So a big showdown between two very confident players, and it's Britton prevailing early. A new chip leader here in